We've all heard that empathy is good, that putting yourself in someone else's shoes is a mark of a decent human being. But what if I told you there's a dark side to empathy? That in some situations, caring too much can actually lead us astray? Today, we're diving into a surprising psychological truth. Empathy doesn't always make us moral. Sometimes it makes us biased, unbalanced, and even harmful. Let's start with what empathy really is. At its core, empathy is the ability to feel or understand what someone else is experiencing. It's emotional. You resonate with another person's pain, joy, or fear. Empathy is what helps us comfort a friend who's grieving, or feel saddened when we see someone struggling. That part is beautiful and essential. But here's the twist. Empathy isn't neutral or evenly distributed. It's selective. And that selectivity is where the trouble begins. Imagine two people in need. One is close to you, maybe a friend or family member, and the other is a stranger. Your brain automatically feels more for the familiar face. This is called empathy bias. Psychological research shows that people are more likely to help those who are like them, same age, same ethnicity, same group, and far less likely to help those outside their circle. This isn't just opinion. It's been demonstrated in controlled studies. Now let's take it a step further. Empathy can actually override rational judgment. When we feel strong empathy for one person, we may support actions that help them even if those actions hurt others. For example, a parent who empathizes intensely with their own child might defend behavior that harms another child, simply because their emotional attachment blinds them to fairness. This is sometimes called empathic overcommitment, where emotion outweighs reason. Another interesting effect is what psychologists call empathy fatigue. When we are exposed to too much suffering, through news feeds, social media, or constant personal drama, our emotional system gets overwhelmed. Instead of becoming more compassionate, we shut down or become numb. This is similar to burnout, but emotional. And here's something even more important. Empathy can hurt decision-making in leadership. Leaders who make choices based solely on empathy, trying to spare emotional pain at all costs, can make decisions that are short-sighted or unjust. For example, in business or politics, leaders need to balance empathy with principles such as fairness, long-term welfare, and justice. If they only use empathy as a moral compass, they may unintentionally harm entire groups of people by focusing too narrowly on individual cases. So what's the alternative? Psychologists talk about compassion as a different and often healthier response. Compassion includes empathy, but it adds wisdom and action. Compassion doesn't just feel what another feels, it seeks the best solution for everyone, not just the person directly in front of you. It's less reactive, less biased, and more balanced. Compassion allows us to care without collapsing into partiality or burnout. It's a smarter form of empathy, one that includes perspective-taking, ethical reasoning, and concern for the broader picture. So where does that leave us? Empathy is powerful, but it's not enough on its own. Too much empathy toward the wrong person at the wrong time can cloud judgment. Too much exposure without buffers can leave us numb. But when empathy is paired with reason and broadened into compassion, it becomes a force for positive change. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever felt torn between feeling something and knowing what was fair? Drop your story in the comments. I'm curious to see how empathy has shaped your choices in life. If you're fascinated by the science of the human mind, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more ahead as we explore the psychology behind why we are the way we are.